Hello, everyone, and welcome. So, let's just get right into it.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatch from the Osean Army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Understood.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
So, going to be very difficult.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock.
Hello, Firebird. Oh, my screen's off?
The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of...
Well, let's see if I can fix that real quick. There we go. I grabbed the wrong button. Thank you, Firebird.
That's echoing through the streets. Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Strider 1, target acquired.
Locked on.
What's wrong with the roads? Whether you're a patriot or not, you're just too stubborn to change the time.
How's that doing, Firebird?
Trigger, that one's Ocean. Do not attack before target identification is complete. Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal. It's a Russian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier.
Alright, thank you, Firebird, and thank you for the follow. And I'll see you next time. Probably Friday.
The General's vehicle is under attack. There's Lamar! I'm hit! Get this guy off my back! The radicals from the Russian military are trying to kill the General.
If that thing hits, it's all over.
Yeah, thanks for the fullback helmet.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
Fox 2.
Alright, we'll check you later, Firebird.
Target acquired.
That was a close one.
We have to remain vigilant.
We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
Fire smokes. 3 strikes will find you. Lancaster, we're taking fire from the vehicles ahead.
Attention, Ocean forces. Your target is carrying a peace envoy.
Hold your fire! I repeat, hold your fire!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Chaff and flares are running low. Fox 2.
Missile.
Strider 1, missile.
Missile.
Caution, enemy has a lock. There's an unknown on our route. We can't proceed. Houston, Leo's Rod, friendly hello and Rod. I'm a patriot, my duty is calling. Nice work, Leo's 2. That's a confirmed kill. ask us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go. We archived all the footage that we've shot for when the communication networks come back online.
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war. There's a vehicle blocking the road.
This way.
No response to hails. It's the radicals.
Come on. Rifle!
Missile.
Target destroyed.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Nice work. That takes care of that one. We're heading for the highway. Thanks to you, we got out of paying that toll.
This is AWACS Argus. Those who can hear us are our allies. Your new orders are to dispose of Airborne Barth. The Ocean Army officer with him is an imposter.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Kruger Park. Captain Cole, T-Mother needs to record this conversation. I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the Radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkan technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Roger. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 2, Fox 2.
Missile.
Come on.
Missile.
Leading our country
Missile.
to ruin.
Missile. Missile.
Chaffin sledge completed. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Missile. Missile.
We're taking fire. We can't hold off. Open fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Missile.
Give me a minute.
Missile. Missile.
Missile inbound. Evade.
Strider 1, rifle.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah. Don't they know nowhere is safe? Those illusions of fighting with crew is what got us into this mess. Did you hear me? That was friendly fire!
Missile.
You cannot fire on a target until it's ID'd. Don't let it happen again.
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War.
Radio? You have one in your cockpit? We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
Bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good.
Yeah, ever since my previous squadron.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
We're taking fire! Take care of them!
Even in a time of war, it was a mistake to create something like a pain grid.
So?
Somebody take out those allied planes behind us. The drones aren't receiving my orders. Understood.
Missile. Missile.
System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces. There are even rumors of NATO units turning on their former allies.
Our movement is restricted by an unidentified unit near our location.
Missile.
The general is being command. Regional forces in the center, south, and east struggle for stabilization of the nation.
Enemy has a lock!
Missile. 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 Missile.
The General's vehicle is under attack. Our VIP is taking fire.
The enemy shows no signs of letting up. This car's not gonna last. We made it somehow. Try to get off your ass a little faster next time. We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belgian technology than just UAVs. Thinking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate Harley and put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belgian technology only brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Russia is responsible for Harling's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
Excellent, you guys framed me.
Target destroyed.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the general's day.
Missile.
Trigger! Missile incoming!
Missile. Missile.
It's ID'd as a Russian.
Fire for the next half hour. Then we'll take back the city from the scoundrels who call us rebels.
Listen up. From here on out, all aircraft are prohibited from taking off.
Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed.
Damn it.
Abort mission.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the general's day.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
The General's a real celebrity. It seems everyone wants to meet him.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
Nice. Glad to see the Oceans attacking the radicals. Maybe we should join up with them, if it means getting rid of those assholes faster.
ID is Ocean military.
Regionalism is part of the infighting within these groups.
How'd you last long, Caster? You've been great, and we're here to help.
Missile.
Reach the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Wilco.
Officers from countries annexed by Arusha have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anybody shoot at you.
Almost at the rendezvous. Leave the rear to the others.
Understood.
The radicals truly believe boosted drone productions will make up for our losses. They shouldn't be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly.
All aircraft are prohibited from taking off.
We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
We turn to in this darkest hour. We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Arusha News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. They should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board? He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No, unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknown's attacking the girl's plane. Alma, hold on tight. Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
It could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit. That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Russian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Roger.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Those guys are good. Wait, you don't think it's those Osean big shots, do you? I barely need to catch a glimpse of the three strikes. See a fighter, just so skilled at getting in my way.
Don't miss. Aim carefully.
9. No good. Shit. Bandit destroyed. Well done.
They're in my way.
Okay.
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is in drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
A Russian aircraft says AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Osean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco.
Understood.
Wilco.
Can't afford the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
To build something else entirely.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies.
on you.
Missile.
Not any longer.
Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Come on, baby. Come around.
Five bandits remaining.
Missile.
Damn it. They don't have the drive they need.
Missile.
It's not enough to be really functional. There has to be a time when it should not function.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Chaff and flares launched.
They have to repel, aren't they?
4 bandits left. Three bandits to go.
Watch 2.
Locked on. Fox 2.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Bandits left. Show them what you got. One bandit to go. Target is in machine gun range.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
Roger.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Were you sent by the General's staff? No, we'd like you to send missile! I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these really on...
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
Interesting.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Ocean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guards' dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there's no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness.
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad. Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too. With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island.
Yes, sir.
Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Okay, this is not the bird I'm going to be flying.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs.
They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own.
Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Lancaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
Our air support is here.
Shit. These are Ocean. I have a solid block.
Strata 1, target acquired.
We're under attack!
Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
Their artillery fire just... We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Thank God! Friendly bird!
Strider 1, target eliminated. Do me a favor, Lancaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area.
Roger.
Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boot
Those on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Missile.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The illusions are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
This independent special security squadron is demanding to be let into the base.
Shit. Those guys do some real dirty work.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fighting. Yeah, they're all lined up. No, they're not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. Really don't want to see it. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point!
Missile.
I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! We're cruising faster. It's a blatant war crime! Take photos for evidence. We can't afford to take any more damage. Get out there and do something!
Missile.
ID complete.
Missile.
It's the Ocean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side? We'll be firing at each other.
Missile.
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirm! The info is from Allied AWACS. Hold your fire! Roger. What are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
Missile.
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
I just got the photograph. Head back to HQ.
Missile.
Give us another 30 minutes.
Missile.
The men say they want to engage with the children in Papa area.
Don't pursue too deep. I just need to buy some time. Head to the bay until Operation Feeding Time. Scoot them away from the mass driver.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Send in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
It's no use! Work to the right! Fire at that supply ship!
Missile.
It's the radicals. Got to be back. I'll make them pay for this.
Missile.
No use hailing them! They know they're shooting at friendlies! Get closer! You'll never hit them from here!
Cyclops 2. Fox 2.
Push it back! Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo!
Missile.
Strata 1. Target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
This operation is crazy. Stop whining.
Missile.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Echo 13. 2 tanks left, but they're running on fumes and low on ammo.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Every enemy's position! Good job! The artillery fire sent a number on my hearing.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Bring the anti-tank missile. Hit that heavy armor in the front line. Don't stop!
Strata 1. Missile launched.
Get the wounded out of here, hurry! If you let them through, we're as good as dead!
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strata 1. We've identified the unknown targets.
Missile. Missile.
We're outnumbered, taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us in the back.
Missile.
Strata 1. Target acquired.
Missile.
I count 12 dead bodies here.
Shit.
Ones nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Belka.
Missile. 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 Ammunition zero.
Lift your legs and crawl. You can surrender when you lose your hands.
Trigger has destroyed the target.
Wait. Multiple bogeys from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase off the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence Operation No Return! These are unguided. Stay on course. Let's just get this done with.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Missile. Ammunition 0. Missile.
Damn it.
Missile. Missile. Caution. Pull up. Missile. 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 Missile.
Nice. Target eliminated. Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Missile.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Draw the enemy's attention here.
Trigger, boss, get over here quick.
On my way.
Target was not struck. The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
If you're a rebirth, remember the faces of those who pushed for more.
Missile. Missile.
Red 2, Fox 2.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Red 7, locked on target. They've taken out many of our aircraft. Use extreme caution.
Locked on bandit. Missile.
I'm out of the fight.
Missile.
Failing.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, bandit splashed.
Missile. Missile.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are go for launch. This is launch control. The enemy is close in. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control, roger back.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Intercept those bombers.
Hang in there. This battle isn't over.
The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now.
Can I get in
Enemy
range?
has a lock on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Target hit.
Damn it.
Bombs away! Bombs away! Radicals and Oceans can burn in hell.
Carpet bombing? They can't be serious. How many do they think they'll kill? We've lost contact with the Oceans on the island. We've failed.
Strider 1 lost.
Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Missile.
It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Give me enemy's position! Speak up! The artillery fire's got a number on my hearing! Where's our damn air support?
Calling friendly birds. Take out the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hellhole. We need help while we're still up and running. There's more over here. Bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fight. That, they're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. I really don't want to think about it. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle is destroyed. Let's get out of here.
The whole operation is crazy. Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! Half of the Russian bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence. I just got the photograph. We'll head back to East. Give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least give the children a proper burial.
Destroyed. They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to find some time. Go to the bay until operation feeding time. Move them away from the mass driver. We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship at the munitions depot is highly combustible.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Send in a tank!
Allied retreat looks good. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Enemy on your back.
We're down to less than half our vehicles. This isn't looking good. We need help. Bring all the injured.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Come on.
Fox 3.
Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
We can't afford to take any more with us. There may be enemy from there. Can you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks!
Check their ID before firing, Trigger.
I knew it was enemy.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Push him back! Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo!
Missile. Missile.
It's the Ocean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side? We'll be firing at each other.
This is AWACS Lancaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from Allied AWAC. Hold your fire! Roger. Where we supposed to lead? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their family. Most likely, they were involved with Belka.
Strider 1, target acquired. Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile. Understood.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase those bogey! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence operation no return. These are unguided. Stay on course. Let's just get this done with.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Come on, guys, where are they?
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers, or they'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
I see scratches. 1, 2, 3. 3 of them.
Trigger! Boss! Get over here quick!
Grenade, Fox 2.
Strutter 1, missile launched.
Missile.
I've been hit by a missile.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time. Strutter 1, target acquired.
Target locked.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile.
Not for long.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Chaff and flares are running low.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
This is Graham 7. Attack failed.
Missile.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We gotta go for launch.
This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness.
Missile.
Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control. Roger that.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away. More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Reinforcements are elite.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
Graham 2, on my target
Missile.
now.
Missile. Missile.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Continue with your mission.
We're probably saving Rambo. Lure him in and then fire at once.
Missile. Missile.
Ambush! Stay calm! Recon the ring! It's fine if we take a little damage. We need to finish this fight now.
Strider 1, Fox 3. Target hit. Missile away.
Bring the anti-tank missile. Hit that heavy armor at the front line.
Splashed.
Stop!
ID complete.
An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. The enemy's not stupid. We're after the supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can fill it full of bombs, then Erusia will have a fighting chance. We flank the enemy is strengthening. Use cameras to track the supply ships.
Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done for.
Gather all the wounded together. We're outnumbered, taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us in the back.
Pick up the speed with your search. The faster you find them, the more people we can save. Missile away.
We did it. We're moving out. Leave the dead behind. We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
Target eliminated.
Missile. Missile.
Hey you, dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me?
Missile.
I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Erusian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me a scrap queen.
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
We have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help those refugees.
Count me in.
That's right.
We'll go.
Thanks, but when we make it in time?
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right, we leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
Echo 13, all hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
We've destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete.
Ammunition 0.
Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she?
Okay, mister. And who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Attack right here!
Lancaster, we confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Roger.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Good job! The enemy tanks are close. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Why did we say that song? As everyone knows it, no other reason.
Missile. Missile.
Come on, baby.
Missile. Missile.
Hurry! Get moving!
Come on. Back around.
They're not refugees. They're criminals.
Gotcha.
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties. Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system is on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Erusian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
Can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety.
Caution.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it.
Missile.
3
Throttle
minutes to the
full
enemy's
forward.
air defense network.
Missile.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar.
Missile.
You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
If we let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it. The target's using cloud cover to hide itself. Don't worry, we know where it's heading.
If we're too close, we'll get caught up in the explosion. The missile hit its target. Everybody, keep a safe distance to avoid getting caught in the explosion.
Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down.
Fly fast.
We've recalculated the remaining time. The supply ships are too far away. We'll never catch them at this rate.
Lightning hit my wing.
90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them. They're trying to feed that giant monster of a bird. We can't let them complete their mission.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Just avoid the enemy's fire for now.
Okay, but we won't be able to do that forever, you know.
60 seconds remain. Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. This thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
Yeah.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Russian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister?
Stall
A
warning.
few more crazies like her and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress. Can't say I blame him. Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that So many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
Interesting.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But, what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. While we can't use all our aircraft to attack, the transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base.
Yes, sir.
Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
We'll go.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi. Ocean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, get to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
Right.
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Hushin.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
We don't have enough AA weapons.
There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Erusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
But what are they talking about? They already are firing on us. The enemy's confused. I know. Target locked.
Protect the base.
Confirming Strider 1 destroyed target. Rifle.
Our anti-aircraft weaponry is down by 30%. Why are they attacking this base?
Missile.
Missile squad, no?
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Triggers, we're all out of ammo. Don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again.
Missile.
Hit them with AA shells. They'll come down.
Come on.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military? The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vaslij, which neighbored Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
Missile.
Resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
They have more aircraft. More planes incoming. Fire more missiles.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Missile.
Trigger has destroyed the target. There aren't that many. Aim carefully and take them down.
Missile.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
They're bombing us. We're unable to use the SAMs. Help me!
We're coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies. Shit!
I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
That's Shalaji Castle.
Missile.
They're here already. They can pay for what they did to our scouts. Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stone buildings. Take shelter somewhere sturdy or on the ground. Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines.
Lock on you.
Friendly on.
Missile.
Set up AA weapons. Put them on a flat surface.
Missile. Missile.
still have plenty of missiles left, but the launcher is toast. Please, somebody answer us! The SAM is out! We're running out of ways to strike back!
Missile.
We've lost more than half of our forces! The battle won't last much longer! Let them have our lives. As long as our nation stands, the young will carry on.
Target destroyed. New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
This town's of high cultural value. It's unfortunate we had to bomb it like we did.
We do what we need to survive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son about.
AA destroyed! We're setting ducks! Cancel takeoff. Soul Squadron, stand by.
Negative. This battle's over if we don't get up there. Along with hope of restoration. Don't worry. As long as we accelerate inside the tunnel, they won't be able to shoot us down that easily.
There's an enemy on your tail.
Their interceptors are in the air.
All right.
Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Soul Squadron, airborne. Shoot the invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Understood. You are in violation of Shalaji airspace. Turn around or we'll be forced to shoot you down.
This is the Ocean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
You must be the snowbirds. It's absurd for you to talk in so tough after losing one of the leaders at Levante. You bastard!
Missile.
You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit.
Watch it. The enemy has a lock on you. Strider 1, Fox 2.
They think they're a band of knights. I hate them even more. They think they're actual nobility.
Alright, I'm a wild gunman then. Time to shut your mouth.
I'm out. Ejecting. I hope he's okay. Bailing out under those conditions. I can see his parachute. Let's pray he makes it to safety.
3 to go. Don't let them work together. Back up trigger.
Welcome.
Righto.
Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time.
Oh, wonderful.
A miss, as expected, but a lucky shot would be boring.
Some kind of energy weapon. No, it's a railgun.
Strider 1, you have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090, straight from the east. High-speed projectile launch into the aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky.
We can still help you.
Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I am not that person.
Muslim Gene Squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on.
Hey, look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. It's no good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger. The rest of us will just get in the way. The rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through.
Welcome. Supply just cost us our lives.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack.
Not bad.
Targeting correction, 1.7 degrees.
Someone to guide us. I can't think of anyone else. Put together with me, taught me something. No, drone fighters don't know what to do. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies. But they're what the most legit Air Force should be fighting against.
That bastard's moving in a way that minimizes the damage even when he's hit.
you blow them to pieces.
Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of the pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then, to see if he's truly worthy.
Hey, look. It's like the sky is like wide open. The experimental unit probably made themselves a new toy.
Smash those missiles right into the ground.
Does this guy have a death wish?
Hey, this just seems like another ordinary day for him.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Damn.
Think you can keep up with me?
100%. Targeting correction, 0.8 degrees.
To take down 3 strikes.
Strider 1 has been hit. I can't reach him. Lost radar contact.
That was amazing.
High-speed projectile launch from enemy aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky.
We can still help you.
Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I am not that person.
Hostile Legion squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on. Hey, look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. It's no good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger. The rest of us will just get in the way. The rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Welcome. Might just cost us our lives.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack.
Someone to guide us. Wait, I can't think of anyone other than you. Being together with me now taught me something. Drone fighters don't belong in They have no place in the cosmos or the skies. And they're what the most legit Air Force should be fighting against.
100%.
Not bad.
Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of the pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then, to see if he's truly worthy.
Hey, look. It's like the sky's been sliced wide open. The experimental unit probably made themselves a new toy.
That bastard's moving in a way that minimizes the damage even when he's hit. Keep firing those missiles until you blow them to pieces.
Targeting correction, 0.8 degrees. Targeting assisted prep complete.
Railgun is firing again. Bad news. Its accuracy is increasing with each shot. Take it down as quickly as possible.
Cooldown complete. System power at 50%. Targeting correction, 0.02 degrees. Ready to fire.
Railgun has been fired. Strider 1 has been hit. Are you all right?
He's flying, but if he takes another hit, it's a miracle you're not in a million pieces.
This weapon is not enough to take down 3 strikes. This aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it.
still flying, but his plane's been damaged.
Gotcha.
Finish him off, Trigger.
It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down.
See you later, Mihai.
Trigger has splashed a bandit.
Can you hear me? Pilot with the 3 strikes.
Yes, I can.
This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Will do. Rest in peace, Mihai.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
No Ocean forces are...
Alright, everyone, that was the last mission of the stream. We're going to go through the debrief now.
The resupply went well. We should be okay on food and fuel reserves for a little while at least. Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the X-02 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. Solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?
Follow me, boys. Alright, we will continue hopefully on Friday. Not sure about it because it is the day of my birth.